A lot of people criticize Jaguar Wright, and I understand why.
Everything is not the actual words that come out of your mouth. Some things could be your past. Some things could be your delivery. Some things could be, anything. It could be your tone. It could be your credibility. There are different things, and for different people, it adds up differently.
People that act like, I don't hate her, AP. Y'all say it with disgust when y'all dismiss her.
They are kind of in a position where you can't win, because if they ignore it and just say it's bullshit, I'm not going to pay any attention to this. It's stupid. Then people say, well, why she ain't suing? Why they ain't suing? Why they ain't? But then when they start to take legal action, then it's going to be, well, they're silencing her. They're afraid of her.
That defamation shit is real.
Hopefully, if anything happened with me, hopefully you niggas go to bat for me like this. Y'all know me. God damn. The only thing I'm saying is,
but I'm going to know you lying.
She's...
It's not unlikely for this shit to get buried or paid off or silenced or people getting, unalived.
Our girl Jaguar Wright has been making waves.
The prophet Jaguar Wright.
Okay.
Prophetess Jaguar Wright.
So Jag has been making waves and making news, and she was on the Piers Morgan program. I don't know where his program is. Is it on TV or is it just on YouTube? I don't know. But he is based in the UK, and he had her on, and she was talking about the whole Diddy situation. And she also brought up Jay-Z and Beyonce during her time and her segment on the show. Now, Vlad did come after her and kind of like dismiss her. And then another woman that I believe is a lawyer came after both of them. And, she just said Jag needs to be kind of careful with the things that she says. But she also said, Vlad is a culture vulture. So who is he to speak on us anyway? So anyway, there was a lot of turmoil and backlash that happened from this interview because J and B were brought up when the interview initially was supposed to be about Diddy and his allegations that have actually been put on paper. And so Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers actually reached out to Piers Morgan directly and said that, everything she said was false and basically you need to take that down. Essentially, they didn't sue him, but it definitely seemed like it was a threat to sue. What do you think?
Who was it a threat to sue, though?
Piers Morgan, because he has the platform and he's platforming her.
And see, that's what I'm saying, right? Them niggas cannot reach out to all of these thousands of motherfuckers at this point sharing her content, putting out all the information. Piers Morgan is someone they've probably met, interviewed with, been around. That ain't even got to be a fucking true story that the lawyer called. It could have been any fucking body like, hey, man, Jay said chill out. And he's like, my bad.
Well, the lawyer got on TV and said he talked to him. But go ahead.
Lawyers know what they can do or can't do. Mm-hmm. They can bring up charges on her for other reasons. That defamation shit is real. And somebody, I think it was GMS. I think I did see it on his show. It was some dude saying all of the criteria that need to be met. It don't take all that, first of all. And then if you have they whole social media has been dipping ever since this shit been coming out about them, right? Am I correct?
Yes, like as far as their followers and everything.
Their followers are dropping like crazy.
Yes, they are.
That would to me be evidence of somebody or some narrative causing them some type of, loss, or I don't know the terminology.
Yeah. Like it's doing damage to their reputation.
Thank you. They're, defaming their character.
Yeah.
They would get on this shit for real, if they didn't want the investigation that would come behind trying to prove that they're lying.
Okay.
I don't think it got nothing to do with, because it ain't about money. They throw money away all the time for PR and keeping a good reputation. So I ain't gonna use my money to sue somebody that don't got no money. Motherfucker, I'm not using it for that. I'm using it so I don't lose the millions of motherfucking people that fuck with me. So I don't use the sway that I got over companies wanting to use me for branding. I can't have my name out here bad when I'm trying to do good business. So it's a small price to pay to get this bitch out the way. It ain't about suing her for no bread. Get this bitch out the way. If You don't want, but I believe in my heart they are afraid of what it will unravel if they're forced to vet her information. Because even if it proves that she's lying about shit, it might uncover other shit that nobody knew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to go in though.
No, that's okay. I was, you were just saying things that I wanted to like reply to. I don't even remember what now, but I will say I understand why, but see, this is why I say they are in a no win situation. It's kind of like how y'all talked about when it goes to like going back and forth with a gay man or fighting a gay man. You cannot win. I feel like with Jay-Z and Beyonce or any high profile person, they are kind of in a position where you can't win, because if they ignore it and just say it's bullshit, I'm not gonna pay any attention to this. It's stupid. Then people say, well, why she ain't suing? Why they ain't suing? Why they ain't? But then when they start to take legal action, then it's gonna be, well, they're silencing her. They're afraid of her. Or why aren't they suing her? There's nothing they can really react to this in a right way that would satisfy people that just want to believe what they want to believe.
You know what they could do to satisfy this? Investigate the claims. She made some of the most heinous and wild claims on these people. If I said this about my uncle, the police have a duty to go investigate my creepy ass uncle. Mm-hmm. You want this shit over? Go investigate these motherfuckers.
Right. I agree, but I don't know if she's making. Is she making these claims
about all of it?
But is she officially like filing a report, or is she just talking and just hoping that some cop picks it up? Because that is possible that some cop might just get interested and start digging. But has she officially even filed any criminal charges? I mean, because if she has, then they definitely have a due diligence to follow through with it.
Well, what are we finding out about some of the cases that have been brought up against Diddy? They claim that these people have came out before and the police did nothing about it. Mm-hmm. It's not unlikely for this shit to get buried or paid off or silenced or people getting, unalived. It's not unlikely. I don't know why everybody acted so shocked that rich people don't keep their image. The transgender person that Eddie Murphy fucked with in the 90s got unalived. Yeah. Don't nobody remember this shit?
I've heard that. Yeah, I remember.
Not to mention this weird lifestyle been there the whole time. Mm-hmm. From Africa Bambaataa, who in Brooklyn, to Biggie and Puffy. Biggie a Brooklyn nigga. Mr. C
with some questionable lyrics.
Mr. C was openly dealing with those type of dudes. And now them same type of dudes is in Biggie's videos, and Mr. C was Diddy producer.
Damn.
I mean,
I forgot about that connection.
Biggie producer. Yeah. Like, and then Jay-Z, what kind of nigga? Brooklyn. Nigga.
Oh, is there a Brooklyn connection?
And his main homie, Jazzo, in the late 90s, early 2000s, they said, well, what happened with you and Jay? He said, man, Jay be doing this kind of shit.
No, Jazzo said that?
Yes. And people wonder why him and Jazzo, why it was such a strange relationship. He said, man, he be messing with them kind of niggas, like this kind of shit.
Oh, I didn't know Jazzo said that. And I
wonder, can y'all still find that video? I wonder if they got that video up out of there.
Want me to see if I can find it?
Man, see if you can. Jazzo was like, he be messing with this kind of shit.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
I'm just saying, man, like, so okay, so I said all that to say, take Jaguar Wright out of the equation. Now I gotta ask y'all a simple question. Do y'all think it's possible that Jay-Z might be with the weird shit too? Do y'all think it's possible that Jamie Foxx might be with the weird shit too? Do y'all think it's possible that Beyonce might be with the weird shit too? Like, most of y'all gonna say yeah. So why y'all so salty that this bitch is just in maybe because she said so matter-of-factly and people like, bitch, you don't know. Y'all gotta realize this bitch has been a backup singer and in the music industry her whole motherfucking life. Mm-hmm. People do not have to be famous to witness everything that's going. If I was the nigga that carries speakers for a major artist for 30 years. You think I ain't seen some shit? All I did was carry speakers. You think I ain't got the craziest stories of shit I saw? People ain't even think, they not even thinking about you being in the room. They don't even realize you over there plugging up some goddamn lights. And Puffy over there talking about, nigga, I'm gonna make dudes suck my dick. You like,
listen, I believe it because they don't see you as mattering, right? They don't see you as someone that's important. So it's like, I'm not trying to hide nothing in front of you.
It might have been a gay ass nigga with some suspenders on, carrying some hors d'oeuvres. He just walking around doing his job, being zesty and shit, and seeing some shit.
Well, listen, I don't dispute that is possible. I don't doubt that people in lower level positions see things. I think we all know that is what happens. But
this is a great point that I want to point out. I've run into people from childhood that didn't even know me, but I knew them. I'm trying to tell you, right? If I'm going to investigate some people, I want to hear from all other people that you would. I don't want to ask Fat Joe. He got shit to lose. He got reasons to lie. I don't want to ask, people that's right in the circle. I don't want to ask Claudia Jordan. I don't want to ask these people right in the circle. I want to ask the people that just unfortunately was in a weird predicament. And I just want to see how many of their stories collaborate. Is that the right way I say it right?
Corroborate each other.
So it ain't unusual to see that this many motherfuckers are saying the same shit. And the only people that's in denial are the people with shit to lose. I can't wait for this shit to unfold.
It's interesting. Again, I think that these things coming to light are interesting to hear about, but I don't take them as gospel truth just because someone said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see if we find evidence. Like,
listen, this is, hold on. I go ahead. My fault.
No, go ahead.
No, because I want you to finish because I want to say what I got to say.
All right. So what I was going to say was, like, the guy that got arrested years ago in a hotel because he was in there vandalizing a hotel, I believe in Miami, and saying that there was something going to happen to Trump, blah, 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 blah. And when the Secret Service got him in a interrogation room, he's in a hospital gown and everything. He was saying things back then, and I feel like this was maybe
18
or it was a long time ago.
2018.
He was saying things about Diddy and Cassie, and that he was their sex slave, and that he likes to watch. Puffy likes to watch him with Cassie, and he do a lot of business on the phone, and he was saying all these things back then. Now the video is new to us, right? It was just released, but the fact that he was saying this back then, it does lend credibility to him because nobody else was saying it. It wasn't on Lipstick Alley. It wasn't on Wendy Williams. It wasn't on YouTube. Like, this was some in the know, if you're there, type of situation. And so now that it came out, a lot of people are like, oh my God, like, what else is going on?
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people criticize Jaguar Wright, and I understand why. She is an extra ass woman. She do too much. She could literally be just good at listening to gossip, and she just spread more gossip. But my point is, if the gossip got more truth in it than lies, stop discrediting the motherfucker because they happen to know. And if I work, and y'all got to look at it like this, the industry is like working at a job. You gonna know the inside shit and the gossip at the job. Some of it's gonna have some little extra on it. Some of it's gonna be pretty close to true, but because you work there, you're gonna hear it. So like in a hospital setting, let's say, if you the security guard and you cool with the nurses in the ER, you cool with the nurses on the floor, you cool with the doctors in this area and the dietary people over here and the radiologists, you just a security guard. You getting the gossip from every little motherfucking section of that goddamn hospital. And when you say some shit, you got some kind of reason you saying what you saying. And Jaguar Wright, whether y'all understand this or not, has literally been up under just about every artist you could fucking think of from the 90s. She did tour with Jay-Z. She did tour with her Faith Evans, her cousin. She did tour with the Roots, and Jill Scott. Like she did tour with Marsha Ambrosia from Floetry. The bitch been around. The gossip of the industry gets around to everybody.
Yeah.
So she might be doing it because she disgruntled. That don't mean the bitch lying though. You know,
it doesn't mean she's lying. But again, proving a negative can be hard. But we're gonna see what happens, because I think if she continues to go on bigger and bigger platforms, then someone's going to have to take action if it's untrue, right, against her. They're not going to go after these little YouTube channels. And yes, most YouTube channels, especially in the Black entertainment section, are little. Like, they're big to us, right? But because we see 400,000 subscribers and 500,000 and even 1 million, but in YouTube world, that isn't really that big. But then when you're talking network TV, I mean, even the Breakfast Club has been party to lawsuits before, because Damon Wayans got on there saying things about people, and I think they were involved in another lawsuit with another artist. So the bigger your platform, and if it's outside of just YouTube, the more chances you're going to take that you're going to have some issues when it comes to legal things.
Listen, we gonna see. And I'm the great one. I done already told all y'all. When this bitch come out to be right, I'm gonna bring all this shit back up that y'all saying. I'm gonna bring
and if she comes out to be wrong, then
she already right. That's what's killing me about a lot of the shit that y'all trying to go against. She already was accurate. She brought up that Tootsie, that fucking pink cocaine before anybody did. Y'all already acting like the bitch ain't been accurate. That's crazy to me.
It's the timing of the
hate a motherfucker so much that y'all don't listen to regular shit.
It's not about hate, it's questions. It's not about hate, it's questions. You keep taking it as hate, but it's just questions.
I hear it in people. If somebody unlogically can't even hear, like if this bitch is right 7 out of 10 times, and nobody is acknowledging that.
Well, I guess I need to watch her more, because the only
shit like she capping, that's crazy. The bitch been right at least 7 out of 10.
Oh my God. Hopefully, if anything happened with me, hopefully you niggas go to bat for me like this. Y'all know me. God damn. The only thing I'm saying is,
but I'm gonna know you lying. She's saying. A said, I hate that bitch. Listen, it ain't about going to bat for her. And this is why this is so important to me. This is something that I've been like annoyed with for a long time, especially with black folks. Niggas will not use logic for shit. That's why they'll dismiss Trump, because he got some racist shit going on, or he got certain things. So that means you're not gonna listen to the nigga when he might say something right. See, I think it's it really hurts people when you just shut people down without listening. When you don't do your due diligence to find out what is true and what's not true. You should take the good from what somebody got to offer and leave the bullshit. But y'all would dismiss even the good because y'all already made it up in your mind y'all don't fuck with somebody.
That you ain't fucking with him at all.
And you lose in that. We lose and we get behind because our distrust in people or our emotions. We already dismiss motherfuckers before we even give them.
But sometimes it happens. I was trying to get you to watch a documentary about girls and their fathers that are in jail. You couldn't even connect with it or listen to it because to you, the delivery and how the girls were acting and different things was turning you off to the point you're like, I can't even listen to this.
I watched
people have those same reactions to other things where it's like when I'm watching Jaguar, I don't think she's 100% full of shit. I don't believe that. I believe she is definitely telling the truth about some of this stuff. But I feel like she has become very yeah, I agree, Packy. And I feel like she's become very like what do you call that shit? What do you call like theatrical? Like she become real
sensationalizing shit.
And when she be delivering shit, it's like, did you just like make that up on the spot? Or like, is this you just telling the story? So sometimes there's certain things about her that also hits people wrong. And people have a right to say that. That doesn't mean you hate her. It doesn't mean you think she's full of shit. Or at least for me, it doesn't mean that. But I'm always going to question. And if something just don't feel right in my gut, like this is not hitting me for some reason. I'm not feeling it.
She can be a little dramatic. You know,
I agree with that. But this is
I
my
give her
point.
that.
People that act
But,
like I don't hate her, AP. Y'all say it with disgust when y'all dismiss her. You think I don't see that? My eyes don't work. Like this
Your eyes
nigga,
can work, but it's not hate.
Ace Grooves literally said, "I hate that bitch."
Well,
so all of a sudden, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Ace
People
Grooves
don't hate
is
the
not
bitch.
up here. I'm up here.
I'm just saying,
And
like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? If y'all hate the bitch, that's what I'm putting.
But
That's what
some
I'm
people are annoying too, AP, and that's what I'm saying.
She annoyed the fuck. Listen, she annoying me. I would never want to sit around this bitch.
And sometimes the way that you portray a message or your own demeanor or whatever it is, sometimes it's hard for people to take it in. It just is what it is. Everything is not the actual words that come out of your mouth. Some things could be your past. Some things could be your delivery. Some things could be, anything. It could be your tone. It could be your credibility. There are different things. And for different people, it adds up differently. It just is what it is. Everybody's not just going to take it the way you take it.
It go right back to what I said, why I'm even defending her, because it ain't about her. I wish people would take more investment in finding out when somebody wrong or not. All you got to do is listen to this bitch, listen to all of, and even Ace Groom said she's just repeating rumors. Where the fucking rumors come from? Even if she repeating the rumors have existed for how long? These stories have been corroborated with a bunch of motherfucking people.
Okay, and
therefore
maybe
dismissing the stories would be foolish, in my opinion.
You cannot dismiss her. I personally don't think you can dismiss her. I don't think she can be dismissed, but I don't know how long has she been talking about this, because I don't follow like whatever the platforms that she be on. Like people, and that's the other thing too, right? Information is relevant to different people. Why? Because we follow different media. So some people might have been watching her.
Zoe, for knowing this already. Go ahead, because I'm hip to what he just brought up.
Go ahead. Well, you said it, so you might as well continue. Go
Professor
ahead.
Griff since 2008 been saying this same shit about Jay-Z. He been using the same names even. He break it down to the boule. He break it down.
So how do we know she's not just repeating what he said? Because he's been saying it that long. I'm just asking.
Okay, you that's exactly my point. For you, let's say I'm saying this shit now. I'm saying what Professor Griff said. I'm saying what Jaguar Wright said. Now everybody in here saying, you are wrong, AP. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, AP. No. That would be stupid. Because I'm only repeating the people that were there, the people that have investigated the shit, the people that have more reasons to know what the fuck they talking about.
I get what you're saying.
I'm just repeating what they saying.
But
so even if she's just repeating it, she's repeating it from story after story after story of the same motherfucker.
Yeah, and people. So there's probably some realness to it. But how involved was she in those kind of things? People have questions about. She was
there, Binky. Do anybody ever think of the fact this bitch literally was there? She and nobody denying that she was there.
Okay.
Everybody knows she was there. Everybody knows this bitch. They know she was there. They know she's a behind the scenes bitch. Choke No Joke is a behind the scene nigga. They be there. Gene Deal was there.
Yeah.
But everybody fucking crazy because y'all want to dick ride these fucking celebrities so hard. If they was there, they was there. I'm not finna shit on what they.
The only thing that ever made me wonder about her mental health was the documented things that have happened with her, like her smoking her son's ashes, her being committed, things like that makes me question a person's mental health. Not because someone put a report out on them, but because of things that I've seen.
What caused her mental health? Maybe being in the industry for 30 fucking years.
I believe
maybe doing drugs, maybe getting trains ran on her by celebrities.
I believe the industry definitely takes a toll on the mental health of people that go through it. They've been through a lot. A lot of these people, we've seen it firsthand and wonder, why is this person crying all of a sudden? Why is this person look soulless in their eyes? Why is this person ODing? Why, so I definitely believe it's possible for this industry to drive people crazy. But the point is, if you are, having some challenges, that does make people wonder. It doesn't mean that you are now completely discredited and nothing you say is right. That is not what it means, but it just means it's questions. And my point that I was making earlier when I was interrupted was that we all have different media we consume. So maybe there's people that have been watching her for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 years. And for some of us, we've only been seeing her for like maybe the last 6 months. I personally hadn't been seeing her on these platforms or anything, probably literally until maybe late last year. But I didn't realize she had been out talking about this stuff for a long time. So it was new to me
But this the
seeing
thing,
her talk about it.
regardless about her talking about it, when she was talking, let's say when she came out a year or two ago, whenever you said, all the
No,
shit
she's
she
been
was
longer.
saying wasn't new to me.
Mhm.
That's why I don't discredit her so much, because she basically been repeating shit that I've been hearing since way back with Professor Griffin, even before that. Just being an old nigga in my own age and knowing the shit that we knew in high school. It was shit going on in high school that we was hearing these stories. So this bitch ain't do nothing but come out and say a lot of more of the same shit that I've already heard.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But everybody acting this bitch is so nuts. Like, I don't
I
understand
mean,
that part.
I don't think she's nuts for the things that she's necessarily saying. I do not discredit her 100%.
Yeah.
Now me and Binky can argue this shit out. All right, now look. What the fuck was we talking about? Now that what the fuck was we just talking about?
We were talking about Jaguar. I don't know.
I wanted to move on from that. Oh, okay. This is what I was gonna say. This is my prediction, right? We're gonna move on from the Jaguar Wright thing, just so y'all know. All right, but I want to make my prediction, because whether she nuts, crazy, lying, whatever, I don't even give a fuck. I just believe her because these stories ain't new to me. And nothing she said is new to me or surprising to me about any of them people she named. Everybody she named, I would have assumed that shit about them without no one saying nothing.
Yeah.
But my prediction is this case will unfold in a way that is outside of the industry and way bigger than freak offs.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the industry has been drug muling and moving drugs around the country the whole time it existed. There's people that have said this also in the past that
what
were
happened to Juice WRLD?
In or close to the industry, saying that they've been using their tour buses, they've been using their private jets to move drugs all over the country. This shit is not new. So I think that this case is going to bring out and they probably was doing it against their will. I don't think like Puffy just a kingpin. I think the cartels, put pressure on these people to move drugs around. I think they do that same shit with underage children. I think they got these private islands and these weird places to take undocumented children. They just lost a bunch of kids at the border. And every year in the country, we lose about 700,000 kids, and they don't know where the fuck they went.
Mm-hmm.
Every year.
Yeah.
That ain't a coincidence. It ain't a coincidence that these people is weird like that. I believe in sacrifice. I believe in sexual rituals. I believe that they doing all of the shit that we thought was just so, far-fetched and conspiratorial.
Mm-hmm.
I believe all that shit because it's in the books long before these people did it.
Yeah.
There's a book called Magic by Aleister Crowley.
Yep.
Who he lays out how you take the innocence of a child sexually.
Wasn't he the one on the Dangerous album or something? Or he drew
his face is on the Michael Jackson Dangerous album. But his book documents how to gain spiritual power by basically doing something dirty to a young child, taking the purity of a child. We know about the casting couch. These ain't fucking examples. Corey Holcomb, your favorite, gay basher, been always saying the same shit. There's nobody who is in denial about these same allegations. So whether this bitch say it or anybody else, say it, I'm sure that we gonna find out that what's been going on is way bigger than niggas and baby oil. If that's all baby oil and not some kind of substance, because that makes the most sense to have that much of it.
I agree. And again, most people are not saying that what she's saying is untrue, but just questioning how close to information she was. Now, again, you're more familiar with her, it seems like, than most people. So you understand that she's been active in the industry. She's been doing her thing. She wasn't just out for a year and then disappeared. You know what I'm saying? She's been still touring. She's still been working with people. She's still been in the studio. That changes a lot of things for me anyway, just knowing that she's still active. So we're gonna see. Now, my question off of this whole subject is there seems to be almost a thirst for Jay-Z and Beyonce to be taken down. And without anything tangible or anything about them, it just seems like people want to see them fail.
They're not likable people. Most people just admire them for their lifestyle and admire them for their wealth or talent and things like that. But they come across real phony and real staged. And people are haters. You know, when somebody on top, you got more people praying for your downfall. I don't look at Jay-Z like, I ain't gonna lie. Most of the shit I listen to is Jay. I ain't gonna lie. I love Jay music. I never fucked with Beyonce music like that, but it don't matter. I don't want to see them fall. I just believe what I already, how can I say it, man?
Suspected, maybe?
I want my suspicions to be validated or proven wrong. I don't just want
But you have suspicions.
I have suspicions, and I don't need them to be proven right.
Mhm.
I'll be okay if you can show me that they did Puffy wrong, that this is all lies and they setting them up. I'll accept it if it's overwhelming evidence that they are using against him to bring him down. But my suspicion is he all with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So I'm the lover of truth. When somebody say they are realist, you know, a lot of people say it. I believe that I'm a realist. I don't give a fuck about what side I'm on. I don't care if I sound stupid to a million motherfuckers. I'm always dealing with what I believe to be, you know, what's real at this moment. What am I hearing that's real? What am I not hearing? I'm not gonna down no sword that I don't got no, you know, a strong belief in or more shit to back it up. That's why I stood so strong on Oh Girl, because it's bigger than this bitch. I've heard all this shit before by other people that did far better investigation than her. Yeah. That used the same people's names at a time when nobody was listening.
And again, AP, I think the part you keep missing is that most people think like they weren't sure about how like far in the industry she's been going, how close to the industry she's been. The rep that she's had is that she's been out for a long time of the industry. So it just seemed like she was repeating what she heard and she didn't even have that kind of access. And I think that's what the difference is for a lot of people, because, you know, she just kind of burst back onto the scene talking about these people, but we hadn't seen her around. That's all. I don't think people believe that there is no truth whatsoever to anything that she says. So we're going to see. I personally do think when it comes to Jay-Z and Beyonce, they aren't relatable. You know, they aren't relatable because they do separate themselves, right? And we actually didn't read the super chat from IVR. You didn't highlight that or read it. IVR sent 5. Thank you for that, brother. In 2009, 2010, every DVD bootlegger had Illuminati DVDs. We've known this for years, but people don't want to believe it because they worship celebs as God. So thank you for that 5. And again, I just explained why I think a lot of people don't believe her. Not necessarily they don't believe what they're saying, that what she's saying. They just don't know, like, how close were you to even know this? Because a lot of these are rumors that we've heard, but I don't know that you're any closer than me. But AP cleared that up, and he has said that she's been active in the industry. So it's more about that. But go ahead, AP.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what IVR brought up because he's right. This shit is not new information. And I went further than Professor Griff by bringing up Aleister Crowley. These things go back to the beginning of motherfucking Hollywood. Even listen, I don't want to go down this motherfucking rabbit hole, but I went down it back when motherfuckers was, you know, I don't listen to just a fucking video. Once I get interested, I start digging. I start reading. I start listening to shit. If y'all can find the book, what what's the name of this fucking book? The Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. This is a book that was supposed to be the transcripts from a meeting of some high-powered Zionist Jews or whatever, and it got published by Henry Ford because they were the bankers. You know, all these Jew people, you know, owned all the banking systems, and Henry Ford, trying to build the Ford company, was meeting resistance with the finances. So he got a hold of these so-called transcripts. And now, mind you, of course, the people that they're about are claiming it's propaganda and bullshit. All you got to do is read it. Now, this shit happened in the early 1900s when Henry Ford was alive and his book came out. Read that fucking book. It predated the music industry and all Hollywood and all that, but it explains how they're going to make celebrities, use them to manipulate things. Like, it breaks that shit down in a way where there's no fucking way this wasn't a plan. If this shit came out, this was in somebody's fantasy that this shit came out 100 years, you know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. How do that happen? And then all of a sudden you see it happen. The privatized prisons, that sounds like a conspiracy. Or is it? Michael Jordan owns motherfucking stock in prison. So do a lot of other millionaires and media people. Mm-hmm. So if the people that own Viacom and own, you know, all these music channels and all this shit and what's the heart radio shit that's everybody? iHeart. If they got prisons, why the fuck wouldn't they put out deaf music? So they can make more money on, dude, like some shit just ain't conspiracy. Some shit just read, motherfucker. Just read. All right. I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole, but I'm just saying.
I agree. I mean, I've clarified myself enough, so I'm not gonna clarify again. Y'all heard what I said.
The Bible says, where my nigga IVR? This shit in the Bible.
Once again, I'm gonna say it again. What she's saying is not unbelievable. What she is saying, a lot of us believe is true. The question was whether or not she had firsthand knowledge or not whether or not what she's saying is true. Now, whether or not y'all choose to comprehend what I just said or not, you can take it or leave it. All right, so Diddy news.
All right. Hold on, just in case it's true, because I ain't 100% sure if it's true. He said if it's a different Michael Jordan, not the white one. That might be possible, man. I ain't gonna lie.
What does that mean?
Deep on that. That owns private stock in prisons. I wouldn't doubt if.
Okay. I'm like, what?
But I'm a fact check that later on for my own understanding, so I ain't repeating nothing wrong.